If you want to be successful in life in general, or just whatever you do, then you need to learn how to set high standards for yourself. Now, success is a term that becomes controversial when discussing the definition of it, but I think holistically speaking, no matter what success means for you, I think that success typically has a feeling of bliss, peace, and happiness associated with it, no matter what type of success you have. With that being said, what I've observed is that one of the main factors that differentiates people that are successful versus people that are not successful, so are either struggling financially, struggling relationship wise, struggling in any sort, who have just a mental burden or physical burden, any sort of agony, those people, for the most part, don't have standards for themselves in whatever realm they're trying to be successful in. So let's take life. We're going to be discussing life. So you want to be successful lifestyle wise in general. You need to hold yourself to a high enough regard, have enough esteem, have enough self-esteem to refrain from certain things. You need to value yourself enough to set yourself a rule book, a guidebook at what you're going to follow. Most religious people, let's take Christians for example, their rule book is the Bible, really. The morals and the rules and the guidelines that are represented in there are kind of that's the moral compass for a Christian. Now, if you're not a Christian and if you're not religious at all, you don't need to follow a religious text. And your moral compass doesn't need to be, I guess, anything that is commonly accepted or the norm. It just needs to be something. It just needs to be there. You need to follow something if you want to not only achieve great things, but if you just want to get to a point where you feel that bliss, that peace, that, success. And if you just want to feel satisfied and content with your life, you need to hold yourself in a high enough regard. And many of the things that I see, especially with kids in, I guess, my generation, which is completely normal. It's completely normal to be 16 and want to fuck around and do like a whole bunch of whatever. But as you grow and as you mature, it just becomes more and more important, more vital to set yourself a rule book. I think the best way to start is by looking at your health, because what I've learned, I've been recently thinking about how vital health is. And I think health is one of the greatest assets, if not the greatest asset that you have, the greatest investment that you can put your time into, right? Because time is the most valuable thing. It's more valuable. It's 100 times, even infinite times more valuable than money. If we're talking about financial investments, say we make an investment into, let's just take stocks, for example. Say we place $1,000 into Nvidia in 2020. You would have, I don't even know the exact numbers, but I just know it would be a lot. You'd have a lot more than 1,000 now. And so that was an investment. That was a good investment. The value is money and the investment is the Nvidia stock. And that would be a really good investment. Take that and apply that to your life. The number one value in this world is time. You want to do things that get you more of that, right? The greatest asset that Nvidia stock back in 2020, 2015 would be health in general. If you prioritize your health and if you take care of your health, then you essentially buy more time. You're essentially making that investment now, right? Putting in the hours in the gym, the hours in sleeping, and hours in the kitchen so that you have the time. You're literally buying more and more time the more you prioritize your health. You could start with that basic general standard. So you could set a certain amount of days you go to the gym and you stay consistent and you keep that word to yourself. You promise yourself however many days you choose to go to the gym and set a strict workout routine or whatever. And that becomes your lifestyle, your lifestyle as the habit builds. You could say you could completely cut off drinking, all drinking, because although I'm not a neuroscientist and I don't know much about the human body, I have watched and listened to many, many podcasts and I've read many, many articles emphasizing how destructive alcohol really is to your body. It's a poison, and no amount of alcohol is good for you. It's not. I'm not saying to cut it. I'm not saying to cut it out. I'm just telling you to have some sort of standard. And it doesn't have to be related to alcohol. Just have some sort of standard. But yeah, you could completely cut out alcohol. You can go on a walk every morning. It's just basic things that you just promise yourself you're either going to do or not going to do. And you need to hold yourself. You need to think you're a valuable enough person, a valuable enough human being to set these standards and make a rule book for yourself. Even if you are religious, even if you are a Christian and you follow the moral compass and the Bible, you should still list it out. You should still write out exactly what you're abiding by, what your rules are for yourself. We all need rules. If you have no idea where to start, just start with your health, set those standards, and you will slowly, as the habits build, you will begin to feel more content and then eventually reach whatever success means for you.